General Hospital spoilers reveal that what strikes me most these days is how Dante is quietly piecing together the puzzle of who really shot Cullum, and he doesn't even know yet that the truth is going to hit him harder than any bullet ever could. He's always been such a dedicated cop and a loving father, but right now he's getting help from the one person who might actually be able to clear the air for everyone involved, and that person is Liz. I've always admired Liz for her strength and her quiet way of seeing things that others miss. And in this storyline, she's showing exactly why she's one of the most reliable hearts in town. She genuinely wants to help clear Jason's name and bring him back home to Port Charles where he belongs, because she knows deep down that Jason would never have done what they're accusing him of without a very good reason. But here's where the story takes that twist I didn't see coming. Even after all these years of watching, Liz has started putting together clues that point straight to Rocco as the one who actually pulled the trigger that night. It's not just a hunch either. The matching injuries on both Jason's hand and Rocco's hand from that same evening are too similar to ignore. When Lulu rushed Rocco into the hospital with that kitchen cut story, Liz heard it, and later when she saw how panicked Britt was around the boy near Cullum's room, everything started clicking into place for her. I've been in Liz's shoes as a longtime viewer, remembering how she's protected her own children through impossible situations, so I completely understand why she's torn. She wants justice for Jason, but she also knows the cost this secret could have on Dante's family. And now Liz is stepping up in a way that feels both brave and dangerous at the same time. She's sharing her concerns with Dante, giving him little pieces of information that are slowly widening the cracks in the cover-up. I truly believe she's doing it out of love for the truth and because she thinks Dante deserves to know what's really happening with his own son. The moment she finally tells him what she's figured out is going to be one of those explosive scenes that changes everything, and I can already picture Dante's face when the words hit him. He's going to be in absolute shock, realizing that Rocco, the boy he's tried so hard to raise right, was the one who shot Cullum to protect Jason and probably Britt too. It's the kind of revelation that shakes a parent to the core, and I keep wondering how Dante will handle it without losing the trust he's built with his son. He's always been fair and by the book, but this is his flesh and blood we're talking about, and that changes the rules in ways even the best detective can't prepare for. What makes this even more intense is how it's starting to ripple out and affect everyone around them. Once Dante knows, he's almost certainly going to sit Lulu down and ask her straight out what she's been hiding, because he can already sense she's been holding back something big. Lulu has always been fiercely protective of her children, and I've watched her fight tooth and nail for them over the years, but keeping this from Dante is only making the situation worse. Every question he asks her now feels heavier, and I can feel the tension building like a storm that's about to break. It's not just a simple conversation anymore. It's the kind of talk that could crack their already complicated co-parenting relationship wide open. I've seen families in Port Charles survive worse, but this one hits different because it involves a child who was only trying to do what he thought was right in a terrifying moment. And then there's the bigger worry that keeps me up at night thinking about what's coming next. With Liz helping to tear down the walls of the cover-up, Cullum himself is still out there recovering and asking pointed questions around the hospital. He's not the type to let something like this slide, especially when he senses that Jason took the fall for someone else. If Cullum starts connecting the dots the way Liz has, or if he gets even a hint that Rocco was involved, I'm afraid he'll come looking for payback in the most ruthless way possible. That man has power and resources, and the thought of him turning his attention toward a teenager like Rocco sends a chill down my spine. It could lead to a full-blown disaster in Port Charles, with more violence, more secrets spilling out, and more lives hanging in the balance. I've lived through enough mob wars and revenge plots on this show to know that once someone like Cullum decides to settle a score, it rarely stays contained to just one person. Jason, Britt, Lulu, Dante, they could all get pulled deeper into the danger, and poor Rocco would be right in the middle of it. Still, what I love most about General Hospital after all these decades is how it never lets the good people stay buried under lies for long. Liz stepping forward like this feels like the turning point we've been waiting for. She's not doing it to hurt anyone. She's doing it because she believes the truth, even when it's painful, is the only way to protect the people she cares about in the long run. I've seen her grow from a young nurse with dreams into this wise, compassionate woman who understands the weight of secrets better than most. And right now she's carrying a heavy one that could either save Jason or shatter Dante's world. Either way, it's going to make for some of the most powerful television this show has delivered in years. I keep thinking back to all the other times parents have had to face the mistakes of their children on General Hospital, and this one feels especially raw because Dante has worked so hard to be present for Rocco. The idea that his own boy acted out of bravery, but in a way that could destroy their family, is heartbreaking, yet it also feels true to the spirit of the show. We've watched characters make impossible choices in the heat of the moment, and Rocco's decision that night was one of those split-second acts that changes everything. Now the adults have to clean up the mess, and Liz is right there in the thick of it, guiding Dante toward the light, even if it burns at first. What excites me most as I sit here waiting for the next episode is how this storyline is blending police work, hospital drama, and raw family emotion all at once. It's classic General Hospital at its best. Dante is getting closer every day, thanks in large part to Liz's gentle but honest insights. She's not pushing him. She's simply helping him see what's already in front of him. And when the full truth lands, I suspect it will force everyone to grow in ways they never expected. Lulu will have to explain why she kept silent. Britt will have to face the fear she's been carrying. And Cullum might finally realize he's been chasing the wrong man all along. But the real payoff will be watching Dante decide what kind of father he wants to be when the law and love collide head-on. I honestly can't remember the last time a plot had me this invested in so many different characters at once. The heat is rising in Port Charles, and every new clue, every quiet conversation between Liz and Dante, every worried glance from Lulu is building towards something explosive. I'm not worried that the show will let us down. It never has in all the years I've been watching. Instead, I'm counting the hours until the next reveal, knowing that whatever happens, it will be handled with the kind of heart and drama that keeps me coming back week after week. This is why I still love General Hospital after all this time. It reminds us that even in the middle of the worst secrets and the biggest shocks, there's always a chance for understanding, forgiveness, and a better tomorrow. And right now, with Liz helping Dante see the truth about Rocco, I feel like we're standing right on the edge of one of those unforgettable moments that make this show so special. I can't wait to see how it all plays out, and I know I won't be the only longtime fan holding my breath right along with the rest of Port Charles.